Very good. Good afternoon. Thank you so much. And I wanted to, first of all, thank the colleagues and everyone for their hard work, from the Vice President to my colleague, Commissioner BIEKOWSKA, and to the EIF and the EIB group for the hard work. But more than that, I really wanted to have a big thanks to the teams that work so hard in our departments, in our Directorate General. And I'm looking at Jean-David Malo, was someone that really counted so much for getting this done. Keith Sekera in my team sitting there, and so I wanted to acknowledge that first of all, because this was a very difficult process to get to. But sometimes when you have these processes that take a long time, you think, why are we here? I mean, what was the beginning of it all? And I think the beginning was really well described by Jyrki and by Elżbieta, because the beginning was that most of us, I remember Elżbieta and myself discussing, we were meeting entrepreneurs all over Europe, young people that were telling us, look, I have the ideas, there's the universities, we have the entrepreneurs in Europe, but then if I want 50 million, a 60 million euro investment, a scale that can get me to the next level, I don't find it here in Europe. And it was from these conversations around the table with Jyrki and Elżbieta that we said we have to do something about it. And when you look at, Elżbieta was quoting this number of the 6.5 billion, which is like in Europe, all Europe, 500 million people, you just raise 6.5 billion is not enough. And so I think that what we're doing today is, first of all, this problem of scale. And if you look at what we're doing, in terms of numbers, we're putting basically 2.1 billion. So we have all these private investors that will put private money. We'll get to 2.1 billion, and that will have an impact of around another 6. So you're kind of doubling the market of venture capital in Europe in one go. And that is very important for that scale. The second was the problem that also comes to us very often, which is the fragmentation. Most of the companies, most of the VC is concentrated in 8 member states. So with this VentureEU project, we will basically put it all over Europe. So the idea is that there's good people, there's good ideas, there's good companies all over Europe. It's not just exclusive from cities in some countries. They are all over. And with the VentureEU funds, we will be able to cover all those countries. By the way, a lot of the venture people that are here today and the 2 agreements we're signing, they are all over Europe and other parts of the world. And the third problem that was not mentioned, and I just wanted to mention that, was the fact that in Europe, if you look at the crisis in 2008 until 2013, the venture capital was basically public money. And so the difference between what we're doing today and what we've done in the past is that we are just putting a little bit of public money to attract private money, because we need more private money. And private money is key for venture capital. And so if you look, before the crisis, venture capital was 14% public. After the crisis, was more than 30% public. And so we are trying to reverse that to have more private money. And so my last word goes to the private players, people that really want to play the game. And there's some of them sitting here today. They came to us. They will have a little bit of our money, but they will put and raise more private money. So that's what we're doing here today. So thank you very much, because it's a very important day. And now I'll get the word to Pier Luigi GILIBERT.
Thank you very much. And on behalf of